What's going on, everybody, and welcome back to New City Science, where we discuss comics, movies, games, and more, and to another amazing Marvel Spider-Man photo mode submissions. This is Marvel Spider-Man photo mode submissions number 8. Can't believe we've already done 8 of them, and sorry for not uploading an entire photo mode submissions for the last 2 weeks, but here we are with an entirely new one, and we got a bunch of great new photos to look over. Guys, I think this is actually one of my top favorite photo mode submission videos, and I can't wait to share them with you. But before we do that, be sure to like, comment, subscribe, and click on the bell notification so y'all don't miss anything. Post videos on a daily on a live stream on Sundays from 8 to 10 p.m. Eastern Time. Join my Discord. The invitation link to that is in the description box below, along with the links to my Instagram and Twitter. Also, if you want to go ahead and tag me in your photo mode submissions, you can do so on Twitter. Just type hashtag Spidey photos, and I'll be sure to look them over and consider them for the next photo mode submission. You can also send me a message in Instagram as well. And of course, you can post your best photos up on the Spidey photo mode submissions on my Discord as well. So it's all there for you to post, and you can reach out to me in those several different kinds of ways. It's not that hard, so be sure to do that. So this one comes from Paul Michael JEWESS. This was over on Twitter. He didn't exactly submit this photo to me, but I found it on Twitter with the hashtag Spidey photo, and it's just basically Spider-Man in his classic Spider-Man costume from Insomniac, of course. And it's just a really simple photo. I just love how the sun is reflecting, and you got that glare effect hovering over his shoulder, and it's going towards the camera lens. It looks really cool. It actually looks like somebody went out there, took a shot of the New York City landscape with the World Trade Center building in the background. It kind of looks like he's grabbing onto it, believe it or not. And I think it's a really nice shot. Simple, yet effective. I love the colors and like the orange and the yellow hues in the background. The photo looks amazing, and I really like it. So thank you so much for submitting this photo. I really appreciate it. Paul, great job with the photo work here. Now, this next one is actually one of my top favorites in this submission. This is actually by a FONZO over on Instagram, who submitted this photo and messaged me. So the reason why I liked this one a lot was because it's not often that you get to see bad guys reacting to like being hit or kicked in the face. Whereas in Marvel Spider-Man, there was this issue in the first one when bad guys would get hit, punched, or kicked or whatever. They wouldn't have a face. Like their face would be just blank, and it would have no emotion, no reaction, nothing, not even showing any pain. This one shows Miles kicking this guy in the face, and he's grinding his teeth, closing his eyes, because that's something you would do after getting hit in the face. You just close your eyes, kind of grind your teeth, and just take the pain and just take the kick to the face. This one is a really good shot. I really love the perspective here. Great use of lighting in this photo. The ray tracing works beautifully on the PS5, and I just forget how amazing and beautiful the Spider-Man Miles Morales game looks. It just looks awesome, and I really like it. So thank you once again, FONZO, for submitting this photo. It's a beautiful shot. Now, this one comes from a Bravo Ghost 96 on Twitter, who did not submit this photo to me directly, but I found it with the hashtag Spidey photo. So again, if you want to post it, go ahead and use the hashtag Spidey photo. So this one is of Marvel Spider-Man, and the reason why I picked this photo, even though like the resolution is a little odd or a little weird, it's kind of small. It kind of like looks real. If you kind of squint your eyes, it looks like somebody just threw on a Spider-Man costume, went out to the streets of New York City, took a selfie with some guy with like a ski mask in the background. And like the shadowing and like the shading and the textures of like this civilian's clothes, in this case this thug right over here, it kind of makes it look that much more real. And especially with like a lot of the dust and like the debris that's on the car windshield in the back end, everything looks pretty real. And I think the sharpness was turned up pretty high, as far as also the vibrancy, because the red is also really sharp and vibrant as well. So good job with this one. I really like it. It's not a perfect photo, but something about it just makes it unique. And the fact that this photo looks really realistic is one of the reasons why I selected this photo to be a part of this photo mode submission. So thank you once again, Bravo Ghost 96. This next one is actually quite the funny photo. Nothing too special, but it is kind of silly. The reason why I really like this photo is because I can appreciate how realistic this could be in a realistic setting, where let's say you go to a Spider-Man costume party and there are different people there, wearing different varieties of Spider-Man costumes, from like cheap Party City type of costumes to really professional made costumes, like somebody who's really good at doing cosplay, came over and he's like, you know what, let me take a photo with all these people wearing like these suits. And then you got that one guy who's shirtless and he's got his belly hanging out, and he's just standing there awkwardly. And then there's this one dude in the back end to the left who looks like he's wearing a zombie costume and just awkwardly standing there, just staring straight at the camera. Where, like, you know, these two other guys who are dressed like in this Party City looking Spider-Man costumes, they're on their phones just texting away and whatever. It's really cool because it's a really realistic setting. I mean, everybody's just going about their business, doing their own thing in the background, where Spider-Man's just taking a photo in his suit, which I really like, and it really does stand out. And like, this suit right here really pops at you, especially when it glows green in the dark. It kind of just lights everything in the surroundings, which I really like as well. So thank you so much again, Christopher Edwards, by submitting this photo. It's a nice shot, really funny as well. Thank you so much again. Now this one, of course, is a reference. For those of you who have seen Spider-Man No Way Home, you would understand this reference. It's quite simple. This was submitted by a Pirate Rye Guy 310 over on my Discord, and it's basically a close-up shot of Marvel's Spider-Man and just diving towards the camera. And I really love the reference, and I can really appreciate it. Not only did I pick this photo because of that Spider-Man No Way Home reference, but because I really appreciate the level of detail that Insomniac went through to actually create the costumes in the game, especially with the No Way Home suits or the advanced tech suit or whichever one this one is. You can see like the stitching and the patterning and everything. It just looks awesome. I really love it. I never thought we would ever come to a point where we can see this much, like this high level of detail in stitching and costumes and patterns on a suit. It looks awesome, and I really love it. Thank you so much. Totally got the reference. Great shot. Once again, Pirate Rye Guy 310. Now this one I really love as well, and this was submitted to me by Draw over on my Discord as well. The reason why I picked this was because it's very reminiscent of a scene in the first Amazing Spider-Man movie where he's going down the sewers trying to pursue the lizard. Basically, he's just trying to get photos. This one looks awesome because of the use of the lighting. While Spider-Man's face is obscured, you can still tell what suit he's wearing, and you can still tell what the supposed photographer wanted to reference. And I think, and I could be wrong, but I think he was referencing the first Amazing Spider-Man movie, where a lot of the scenes in that film took place at night. And, you know, there was always a lot of moments like this where, like, there was shadows obscuring Spider-Man's face. You couldn't really see him directly. You could only see mostly a silhouette, and there was lighting reflecting on certain parts of his body, like his limbs, his shoulders, and the back of his head. So it really gave it that dark element, and I can really appreciate that. So thank you so much again, Draw, for submitting this photo over my Discord. Now on to the next one. Now this is the integrated suit. This was submitted to me by an NGL1702 over on my Discord. He submitted photos here before, and this wouldn't be the first time that he's submitting photos. This is a wonderful shot. It's a really simple shot. It's a back-end shot of Spider-Man in his integrated suit from Spider-Man No Way Home. And I love this shot. You know, it's mostly dark around his surroundings. You can only see like the corner of the back, like his shoulder, the back of his arm and his back and the back of his head and a little bit of his eye lens right there. And that's pretty much it. Such a simple shot can be so effective, and that's why I picked this photo as well to be a part of this photo mode submission. So thank you once again, NGL1702. Now this one is a beauty. I really love this one. This is totally screensaver wallpaper material right here. This is of Spider-Man Miles Morales, submitted by a JD, I guess. And this one is of Spider-Man Miles Morales looking over the New York City landscape while it's snowing and it's sunny outside. Like the sun is basically getting ready to set, and it's a wonderful shot. I just love like the use of the camera angle and how there's a lot of orange and yellow hues throughout the sky, and it's a beautiful shot. It definitely truly screensaver worthy. I love the ray tracing look of it. I think I might even use it as my wallpaper on my desktop. For the longest, I've had this Spider-Man photo that I took personally in one of my gameplays, and I really like this one. I think I want to use it. Thank you so much, JD, I guess, for submitting this photo. So on to the next one. Now, this is of Spider-Man Miles Morales. This is submitted to me by a Lumpy Jellyfish 2 over on Discord. Wouldn't be his first submission, but the guy does have a lot of talent when it comes to photo mode. This is, of course, of Spider-Man Miles Morales looking onto the camera as the blazing fire burns. And why I love this pic? Well, it's the lenses for me, and basically the lighting around his shoulders and everything, and the silhouette of Spider-Man. This one looks really good because the lenses reflect the light and reflect what's in front of him, and I really love this shot. It's beautiful. It's like comic book material, if anything. This can actually serve as a perfect Amazing Spider-Man or Ultimate Spider-Man cover for Spider-Man Miles Morales, and I just love this shot. Great idea. I don't know how you got this shot. It had to be dark somewhere, or else you had to turn down like the brightness by like 1,000 to get this shot, but it's really beautiful. And I was actually trying to look into the lenses to see if I missed any details, and it's gorgeous. Thank you so much once again, Lumpy Jellyfish 2, for submitting this shot. And lastly, this is of Spider-Man Miles Morales. This was submitted to me by Danny Matt number 37. Wouldn't be his first photo once again, but this one is gorgeous. This is screensaver wallpaper portrait material. This is something that you got to go print out somewhere, mount it on your wall, and just like embrace it. This photo sends out a message. This photo speaks freedom, embracing yourself, being yourself. It just sends so many messages, and it's so powerful yet simple. Like the glaring sun on the lenses, the city landscape in the back end, obscured a little bit by the blurriness, while Spider-Man free falls with his arms wide open, without a care in the world, just expressing himself, just being himself and being free. This is the definition of freedom and being yourself, and which is why I mainly picked this shot as well to be a part of my photo mode submission. Definitely my favorite shot out of all of these photos. You guys did a great job as well. Don't get me wrong, I love all the photos in this photo mode submission, but I think perhaps this one's my favorite because it speaks so many words, and I really love it. Thank you so much, Danny Matt 37, for submitting this photo. I really enjoyed it, and thank you to all of you for submitting your photos as well. If you guys want to submit more photos, be sure to tag me on Spidey Photo over on Twitter. So hashtag Spidey Photo. Submit your shots over on my Discord as well if you want, and you can do so in the channel name Spider-Man Photo Mode, or you can direct message me on Instagram and send me your best Spider-Man Photo Mode shots as well. And with all that being said, guys, thank you all so much for watching. Be sure to like, comment, subscribe, and click on the bell notification so y'all don't miss anything. And as always, I will see you all in the next comic panel.